Hello everyone from my beautiful garden in Wisconsin. Last time we talked about interruptions in your marriage and the importance of taking your turn to be the rock. Well, today we're going to talk about how important it is to take your turn to refuel after being the rock. Making your marriage fantastic means you know it won't be perfect, and neither are you, and neither is your spouse. Going back to the example I used before about my seizures, yes, these interruptions come, and sometimes they cause me to be unable to fill my usual role in our marriage and in our family. And that's when Eric steps in to be the positive element that we all need in every way that he can. But this can't happen if he isn't allowed the time he needs to refuel when I'm back on my feet. That's why I wanted to give you some guidelines for refueling that not everyone thinks about. First, confirm the details of your situation. Ask yourself, have I done what I can? You can't be everything to everyone, but you can at least see if you've done your part. Also, check. Is your family out of the woods or at least headed in that direction? For example, is your husband out of bed after being sick for a while? Or is your wife done with that big project at the office? Remember, it's not about everything being all better, but is it okay for now? Second, communicate your need to refuel and how you plan to do it. Don't assume your spouse knows what's going on. You have to tell them. And be specific so they can plan and be prepared. Have some go-tos that you already know help. And it doesn't have to be extravagant. It could be curling up with a book for the day or banging on the keyboards for the afternoon. And if you plan to go out, let them know where you're going to be. Maybe it's someplace familiar like a garden at the lake, or going out with your friends to your favorite spot. And finally, let them know how long you need. We're not talking a crazy vacation for 3 weeks, but maybe it will be a couple of days where the expectations on you are lightened, and your spouse knows to give you some time alone with no strings attached. Third, complete this process with no guilt and no excuses. Take the time to refuel before you have to take the time to refuel. Don't make yourself feel badly about this. If you wait too long, you'll need a lot more than a few hours away from the world. Also, have the attitude of self-awareness and honesty. Know what you need to get back to normal and what it looks like when you're there. And be able to admit what you're capable of and when you're running on empty. Believe it or not, it gives your spouse added strength to help you refuel. When Eric lets me know that he needs some time, it reminds me that he needs me too, and that he sees me as strong enough to help him in the same way he's helped me. The number one thing you need to remember is that you can't be the rock in your marriage if you never take the time to refuel. As Eric puts it, if you don't take care of yourself, your spouse is the first one to suffer. Interruptions will come, but will you be prepared? With interruptions in your marriage, you'll need to know how to be the rock, how to refuel, and what we'll talk about next week, how to reconnect. Because without this reconnection, the first two parts really have no meaning in the future of your marriage. So click like and subscribe to complete the process of learning how to prepare for and get through life's big and little interruptions.